Hello YouTubers, Marko here with Marko Custom Fab Models. I'm just doing an update on the M19 Tank Transporter with the soft cab. This is a military truck that I got a couple videos up on the channel already. Just wanted to bring an update to where I'm at with it currently and where it's headed next. The couple of things on the last video, I talked about how I made the fenders and all of the toolbox and fuel tank into one piece that can be removed, and I'll show you that. I got the winch done, and I'm going to show you what I did for the winch cable and what my plan is, possibly to have one side of the hood open up. So one thing I didn't get into, this kit has a lot of detail and a lot of little pieces, and I'll talk about that, as well as sort of things that I want to do and how I sort of overcame some challenges. And I never showed the full detail of this model, so I wanted to get into that, just show you the chassis and everything, just because I never really got into that in the last couple of videos. So I'm just going to do a disassemble here. These are the hood panels. They would have to open up like this here, and I want to be able to have them closed or open. I don't want to glue them closed. So I'm gonna try and make them hinge with some brass. So I've just got to get into that. The cab, there's a lot of little pieces that glue on here, little handles, these little wing nuts, handles, all the little details here, the wiper motors. This here has to get painted. The interior tub is painted. I'll just separate that. You got the detail. So the base color on this truck is olive drab khaki, and then all the detail is painted on top of that, the black and some of the silvering and the seat colors, things like that, and also the wiring on the firewall, if you can see that there. One of the things I did to the bottom of this is this cab has no real way of mounting it firmly to the model kit, so just a couple of points. So I glued a couple of pieces of styrene, and I'm able to sand this down and get it to the right height to glue to the top of these side panels here. So that's what I'm working on. When I'm done the sanding process, I'm just going to paint all this green and it'll be finished up. So that's the interior. The outside cab, still a couple of things that have to go on when it gets painted. There's a roof panel, the windshield, some wipers on the windshield, and then there's a ring on the top that'll hold the machine gun. So that's the cab. Just wanted to show you all angles. Okay, get that aside. The truck box is all painted now. So there's just a little bit of weathering that has to go on. Taillights. You can see that the chains have been dry brushed. The spare tires installed. All that's done. So that's again some more dry brushing on the chains and all the ribs on the bottom. So that's the box. Okay. The front bumper, just got to paint that, get that on. All the details are on there. Originally they wanted me to glue the sides onto the frame, but I made this in one piece just to be able to paint it, detail it, and glue it on in one piece. The radiator and rad shell is all finished up. So I just have to do some detail on the engine and stuff. I'm gonna get to that, and then so it's not quite glued in, it's just set into place. Again, the two sides that I showed in the last video, they're painted. Okay, that's the other side. And then this winch here, this is quite a complicated piece. On the instructions, there's a lot of just a lot of pieces to that winch, a lot of small pieces, some photo etch. So I'll take that out and show you. One thing I added was this cable. The model comes with some string. I haven't opened it out of the package, but there it is there. And what this is picture hanging cable, and I thought it would do the trick. And it's been wrapped around the spool on the winch, And then I'm going to route that cable underneath where it's supposed to go on the rollers and out the back of the truck. And then I'll trim this off and we'll put a little hook on that. But I just left it long for now. I'll just pop this out of here. So that's built as a module. There's a lot of detail on that winch. All the little handles, everything there. Little handles, and then the photo etch. And you go like that. It's got the little chain here, which will be detailed. So we're gonna spray this up and then do all the details on it. And then that's the cable there. So that's the winch. Okay. And this little back piece here has to be painted. It's just not glued in there yet. It's just popped in place just for test fit. So this is the rear pulleys that the winch cable can go through, and then the bars, the rollers. So that's got to get painted and installed. So we're going to get that done next. On the next update, you'll see that. And then I just wanted to show you this beautiful chassis. I never really went through it. So there's the top of it, side of it, the underside. Again, just like the rest of the model kit, it has tons of detail. There's a lot of small pieces that you have to glue onto this model. It is a very nice model when it's finished, but you have to have the patience to get this all together. It's a lot of work, I don't have the engine glued in yet. It's just set into place. I'm going to try doing this wash on here, this Villaggio engine acrylic, and it's you can thin it out and do different things. I don't want to make this truck look really oily, really dirty, because it's going to be World War II and still fairly new at the time. But I am going to just do a slight wash on the engine, the drive shafts, and parts of the diffs, just to kind of give it some more detail. And then I also want to do on the fuel tank, I want to just have a little bit run in here and down in behind this checker plate, just to, like, if some fuel spilt. But we'll show you that on the next video. It should be done by then to update it. And then I'm going to get started on the trailer. That's the next thing, and we'll get to it. So thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe. And until next time, happy modeling. Thanks.